Fusion fam, this podcast is scheduled for one take. We hail from Houston, Texas. From Texas, the new mouth of the South, Jeremy Brown, the vehement otaku Chad Forbes. Together, we are Fusion High. Hello, Fusion fam.
What's going on?
We have a very special guest in the building. This is my plain vanilla intro. Do you like it? Let's do this. Man, we got a super special guest in here. It's our boy. We've known him forever.
Oh, yeah.
In a day.
Forever. Man, give him more credit. Forever.
No, we've known each other since high school.
Yup.
This is our friend, Mr. Chris Thomas.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
So, man, hold on. We got to do our little intro first. I'm Chad.
And I'm Jeremy.
And together, this podcast, this collective, we make Fusion High!
With fireworks. Boom! There we go.
Yeah. I like how you were doing the solar flare. I respect it.
It's like, I can't see you, girl. Thank you. Fusion's right around here.
For real, man. Yeah, we took a little bit of a break from our Comic Palooza stint. You know, we were out here being, a little famous, a little something out here,
Family famous enough in that last little promo you did with Vegeta.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
People don't know Vegeta, apparently. The old Vegeta.
Yeah, so first off, we got to talk about that. I need y'all all to put some respect on the OG's Vegeta's name.
Yeah, for real.
Some of y'all acting like... So we did a promo on Instagram, and I made a thing of the OG Vegeta. We met him. He did a little voice thing for us, helping promote the podcast. People were like, weak. Oh, this voice sounds terrible.
What the fuck? Twice we've seen that one.
This is literally Vegeta. It's not like it's
Ocean Dub Dragon Ball.
It's not like me going, hey kids, I'm Vegeta. Like, it wasn't me.
It was different.
That sounds horrible. It's like I just swallowed a lawnmower or something. But no, this was the actual Vegeta. And y'all don't know. That hurts my soul, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be like, them kids, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they've heard it's over 9,000, like from that exact voice actor.
Yeah.
Brian Drum. Shout out to Brian Drum.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for doing that for us, man. Hey, we put respect to your name, dude.
I had to tell somebody something.
Yeah.
You know that Brian Drum is right, the original Vegeta from the 90s, Ocean Dub Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And it's, you know what, you made a good point. Y'all heard it's over 9,000 times
from his voice,
and y'all still, that's bad.
Who's that guy? Oh my god.
Oh, fake Dragon Ball fans, y'all make
fuck them kids, man.
Y'all make me sick. But for everybody that liked it, thank you.
Yeah,
it got a lot of love.
Let's get out there though.
Yeah. So man,
it's about special guest.
So man, this is our guy Chris. So like I said, we've known him since high school. Chris, in a short little summary, just tell the people about yourself and.
Well, everybody, I am a part-time professional wrestler out in the West Coast, Portland, Oregon area. Also, as well, I do a little bit of here and there, a little bit of comic book industry people. As well, I'm also a graphic artist. One of my website is grindhousegraphics.net with a friend of mine, Derek Dutton. And yeah, like, where you want to start at? Like,
So, okay. Yeah. So like I said, I've known you since high school. This is guy, I've mentioned in the podcast before, but this guy actually took me to my very first wrestling show when Kane was champion, so you know how long ago that was.
You mean when Kane was likable?
Yeah, when Kane was definitely likable. I don't know what's going on with my boy now.
He's Republican, that's what happened.
Republican Kane.
I'm sorry, I ain't meant to do that.
Oh, that's funny. So, Chris, I've known you for a while, but I've never heard this from you. When was your first introduction into wrestling?
Actually, my first introduction to wrestling had to be like when I was like 5 years old. And it was just one of those things. It's like, all right, it was a weekend kind of thing. I believe it may have been like a Saturday like main event or something like that. And then I was just sitting watching TV. I'm like, yo, what is this? It was like seeing all these like larger than life characters just all over the place. Like I knew who Hulk Hogan was without ever actually like seeing him wrestle at the time.
Yeah.
And like I knew who Andre the Giant was from like the Princess Bride and stuff like that without seeing him wrestle. But yeah, it was like I knew of wrestling, but I didn't know like where to watch it or how to anything like that. It wasn't until like 1993 when we got cable. And it was like the USA Network, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yo, who is this creepy dude with the big black hat and then just all black and purple just walking through kind of creepy? And it was The Undertaker, and so I was like transfixed on it, and like I had never tried to miss a show since then.
Huh.
Dang.
Man, that's kind of crazy. My introduction is somewhat similar. I was ironically at a barbershop as a child. Yes, I had luscious hair as a child. So I was at a barbershop and I was in like the back room. My dad was getting his hair cut. There's like a little room for the kids or whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching something. It was on a Saturday. And I watch it and I hear this, yes! Paul Bearer is going through. And I see Paul Bearer and I'm freaked out. This guy, and I was a little kid because it was like 92, 93 for me as well. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, man, who is this guy? Why does he sound like this? Then the Undertaker comes out. I'm even more scared. I'm like, my dad, but I'm trying to man up at the age of like 7. I'm in there scared. And the Undertaker is what really got me into wrestling because he was just a staple, man. His presence, like, wow. I literally felt like he was the Undertaker. Like, I literally thought that's what the Undertaker looked like for a long time in my life as a kid because he was just so, like, menacing. And Paul Bearer did all the talking, and Undertaker just stood there, and that freaked me out. And then I was like, I gotta know more. Dang. So I just kept watching it, and then I saw 1-2-3 Kid, a.k.a. X-Pac, which is my favorite wrestler back in the day when I was a child.
You were cross-shopping too,
yeah.
Just cross-shopping.
And so, and from then on, man, I've been a fan ever since.
Dang, that's what's
What about you?
Damn, I ain't have cable like you spoiled little brats over here. Big brats got bigger than me.
Yeah, I was the only child. So
I was raised as one, so that still didn't count for nothing. No, I'm joking. So the very first episode of SmackDown, I was turning the channel. Me and my friend, I ain't gonna put the name there. We were playing and saying let's watch TV. So I turned TV, turned on UPN back when that was a station. And there was main event. It was, I'll never forget, it was Rock versus Triple H as
Shawn Michaels
as a special guest referee. Thank you, Chris. And I was like, what's going on here? Because I used to hate wrestling, I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger, because that means Saturday morning cartoons went off. So, and that was like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I see Ric Flair and all that stuff back then. I'm like, man, I hate these guys. Ain't no more cartoons. But in 99, and I think it was April of 99 when they first came out. And I was just like, whoa. So I'm like 12 years old at the time. Like, yo, I was to see Shawn Michaels just sticking to the rock with the sweet chin music. And Triple H won. I'm like, whoa, I gotta watch more of that. And that was Thursday night SmackDown at the time. Oh my God. And that's how I first got into it. Ever since then, I've been watching it. And then when I finally got cable, I think I want to say 2000 no, it was just year 2000, not 2001. It was in my hometown. Well, my birth town, Lafayette, Louisiana. When I first had cable, I seen Rock. Finally, The Rock has come back to Lafayette. And I was like, oh shit, I was born there. That's what's up. The first Raw I watched on cable. I was like, ah! So ever since then, dude, it's just been, what, 21 years now?
Yeah.
No, actually longer than that, like 22 years I've been watching wrestling. Yeah, I've been longer.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you say that because I remember the exact thing. I remember seeing it on TV, and The Rock had Triple H. He was going for the people's elbow. Mm-hmm. As soon as he came back around about to drop it, Mike was kicking straight in the jaw.
Yeah! Bam! And I was like, whoa, what just happened there? And the ref, but how the ref get to do that? That's bullshit.
Man, that's a super kick. That is the super kick still. Like, I know it's super kick parties and everybody kicking everybody now, but like, that sweet chin music is the kick, man. That is the kick. So, okay, so now we established that. So, Chris, when did you decide? So, a little backstory. And we've told this story on this podcast so many times, but it's so much funnier because you're here now.
Oh, it's better now because you're here.
So the first time that we met Jeremy and one of our other friends came up to us in luchador mask. they're like, we want to fight y'all. It's like, me and Chris are like, okay, okay, I guess. And then we proceeded to beat the
brakes out of me. It hurt so bad.
But somehow we became cool after that. Like, we became cool.
That was the first man moment we had.
Yeah.
I like to believe, because it was like only men would do that. Like, beat the hell out of each other and go, you want a beer? Like, yeah, let's go get some, man. You hungry? Okay, let's get some McNuggets or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? McNuggets. I couldn't think
That's
of
the manliest thing. Man, we just bone with each other. Let's go get some McNuggets after.
I want a McFlurry.
Oh, the machine. Oh, this was back in the day when the machines were working.
Yes. Yeah, right?
Every day.
Oh, man.
Stupid McDonald's.
You know what the funny thing is? Because I remember we, offline, we talked a little bit about this for a minute, and I totally forgot about it. But when I was driving over here, it like all started rushing back to me, because it's like I remember like outside of the band hall.
Yep.
Like right where that little hallway was, where like the teachers came in and stuff. And then it was like, hey, we want to fight you. And it's like, all right, yeah, we'll set. And remember, we actually like set it up.
We planned it.
Yep. We waited till like a couple days later, because like we want to make sure our wrestling shirts that we got were nice and prestige, because we were gonna show out.
Oh yeah.
And then like it was like, all right, it was after school or whatever, and we went to the baseball, slash like band field.
Yep.
Oh my god! Like who? All right, was it me or was it you that pedigreed Fernando? Like I felt so bad about that.
I think it was you.
That was you.
was beating my brakes and he just submission. I was like, this hurt enough of this paper for.
Because we were just being ruthless. Like
Before ruthless aggression, we were ruthless aggression.
It felt so bad because like Fernando like wore glasses.
Yeah, he did.
And okay, so that might have been me who pedigreed him.
So he remembers the glass. Him looking up at him. Please, sir, not in my glasses. Too bad.
And he came up and he just had that big patch for grass. Look at his glasses. Oh god! Like, holy shit! Like, oh god! And like, we all stopped and it was like, oh man, we're getting in trouble for sure. And like, how did that moment too? Like, since we had like that open space and like also too, you could see where the streets were. I was like, man, ain't no cop come by.
No,
they just
not even the school police.
No, they just like let them have it.
Yeah, boys be boys. That's adorable.
Just go on.
Yeah, that's so true. Now in hindsight, nobody go, hey, you guys, stop that, you young ruffians. None. You right about that.
You know what's funny? Like I've seen like the school police and police on the news when they're doing news reports about Stovall and Aldi than I have in my lifetime when we went there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I heard about some teachers doing some stuff.
Oh yeah, them teachers.
My old middle school and old high school.
Yeah. One of my old teachers was doing some stuff. I was like, dang, well, all right.
I mean, one of the science teachers was doing fraud. I was like, dang, you gonna give him an A? For insurance fraud? That's what we doing. And I'm like, you boys is stupid. Y'all cheat.
For insurance fraud is funny. That's funny.
Man, this is why you failed.
Economics class they failed. That was a bad decision. That was a bad investment.
Oh my god. Man. So Chris, when did you decide that, like I said, I've known you for a while. You always talked about being a wrestler. But what was that moment? Because I remember, you know, when you graduated before me, you were going to school. What was that moment when between you graduating and you actually leaving that you decided that you wanted to be a wrestler?
You know, honestly, it never really hit me until going into my sophomore year of college.
Oh, okay.
Is when it hit because I moved out there at 18 to go to the Art Institute of Portland. And it's just like cool. And then there was one day it was like a Raw event, and it was like the first time like Raw or like anything WWE had been in Portland in 9 years because they had like real bad beef with the Oregon Athletic Commission.
Oh wow,
and stuff. So that was like the first time in a while that they were also back, and they also had Roddy Piper's Piper's Pit, kind of thing. And then so like in between the commercials, like when they're sitting at Piper's Pit, Piper was out there and he was like joking about Playboy Buddy Rose.
Oh, okay.
And Playboy Buddy Rose was actually, he had a school with him and Colonel De Beers, and he would actually get skybox seats for his students and stuff, and they were like up in the skybox. And I never thought anything of it but I distinctly remembered it was a Raw event, and I think they have like the after shots online now. It's the one of where Austin is like looked like he's proposing to Lillian Garcia.
Ah, yeah,
and he,
yeah.
Dropped in, was like, "Can you get me another beer?" And it was like him, Booker T, Mick Foley, cool. And they're trying to get her to do spin-a-rooney in the dress and all that too. You know? And I was me and a friend from college. We were at that event.
Yeah.
And so I was like actually like staying after him and say, "Oh man, dude, we gotta go down. We gotta go down and meet him and stuff, get autographs." And like, it was funny because Austin was like shaking out the beer cans and stuff, and like signing autographs and like giving them to kids and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
He was being responsible and shaking it out and
Yeah.
stuff. But it was at that point where like I just realized like I didn't want an autograph. I just wanted to shake his hand.
Yeah.
And just say thank you for everything he did. And then at that moment I'm like, yo, I think I might want to try this. So we were like right in the middle of midterms in school, so I was like on the computer and I was like looking around like, let me see about wrestling schools, and there was this guy named Tito. It was like a luchador school that was in Hillsboro, Oregon, which is like Spring or kind of thing in Portland. And another one was a school called WCWC, and then the other one which I forgot about, which was played with Buddy Rose and Colonel DeBeer. So I emailed all three schools and thinking about like Buddy Rose and Colonel DeBeer school, I'm like, there's no way that those two are gonna like contact me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Just like, yo, Buddy Rose, you first WrestleMania match underneath the Executioner and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Colonel DeBeer is like a legend, like AWA and all this stuff. Like, there's no way that they're gonna. 30 minutes later, I get an email back.
Wow.
From them, and it was like, hey, what's your number? Cell phone starts going off after that. I'm like, yo. So I like left midterms. I left midterms and stuff because it was like working on the computer. Went upstairs to like the commons area that we had, and like went outside, and it was both of them on three-way. I'm just like, there's no way.
Oh my God, that's a
There's
dream.
no way. And so they're like, yeah, cool. Like, well, we usually do this place. It was like on a MLK. It was at a Straight Blast gym. Yeah, we do it like every Sunday. Like, come on by. Like, see you. I'm like, okay, cool. So, and I remember because it was the last week of March. So it was actually the last Sunday of March in 2005. Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't even graduate school yet.
Yeah.
Like 2 months after graduating.
Yeah, I just graduated and I just started working at my first job was catering, but I had my first big boy job around that time.
Around that time.
Dang.
Yeah, because I was 20 at that. Yeah, I was just like a few months into being 20 and stuff, and I still remember it was like the Sunday first day. I was like, I got there like 3 hours early, and it was kind of cold outside. Cause like, if any of y'all know anything about Portland, it's always freaking cold. Well, not now, but yeah, it was always freaking cold. So I was like sitting out there, and there was two kids that like showed up, and they were sitting there talking about like wrestling stuff. I'm like, oh, they must be just some trainees, but a huge introvert at the time. So like, I'm like, oh, they're talking, and they thought I was waiting for the bus because there was a bus. And then like as the time got on, it was like, he ain't getting on the bus. Like these buses keep coming by. And then eventually like the rest of the class came, and then like I see Buddy, and he had a cast on at the time because like he had hurt his leg. And then Colonel walks up, and I will never forget the first thing. And Colonel DeBeer goes, hey, you must be the new kid. And I tried to joke, and I was just like, is it because I'm black? Like, fuck yeah, kid.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That's funny. Like, well, I know I belong here now.
Yeah, this is for me.
Yeah.
But between that, so I got my like first day in, and it was even crazier too because I was supposed to technically have like my very first match that next week.
Oh, really?
But I was gonna be a timekeeper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's because they were doing like their first ever like student show.
Yeah.
It was like called WAPW, which was like the April 1st show, which was hilarious enough.
Yeah, like that.
And I was actually working at this place called Fred Meyer, which is like a subsidiary of Kroger's, and I was working the deli section. So I couldn't get time off work for that, so I was like super bummed. So I had to like call and say, oh, I can't make it to be the timekeeper. But yeah, I'll definitely be there next week. But yeah, everything that when people are just like, oh, wrestling's fake, wrestling's this, like your body has to be conditioned for a lot of stuff. Because I even remember like getting in the ropes and stuff like that was difficult. It was kind of difficult. It was like a new adjustment, and like walking on a mat. Like I've like had previous martial arts experience, where like walking on that type of a mat environment was different than a boxing ring or a martial arts ring. and stuff like that, and like learning how to like bounce off the ropes. Like I had like bad like welt marks on my back from running the ropes. It was just like trying to learn how to run the ropes, and then also try to tuck my head. And then at the end of it, like it was always like an initiation kind of thing. Like everybody get to chop you.
Oh
damn!
Kind of thing, and it, it like helps you like learn timing and stuff like that. But like also initiation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I will still never forget it because I had to go to work 45 minutes after, so I like working downtown. And this is kind of like MLK was like it was kind of in downtown, but it was like over the bridge, so I had to like take subway train over the bridge into the deal. So when I finally got to work and stuff. And then I remember my boss going, it's like, yo, how was your first day of wrestling training? It's like, did you learn anything cool? Like, was it cool? Was it secret? And I like lift up my shirt, and like my chest was just beat red.
Oh my god! Oh my god, man! So me and Jeremy, we did Booker T's like fantasy camp, and now I'm never like when people say, "Oh man, wrestling is fake." I'm like, bro, like. My boy Stone Cold broke his neck. Like, I've seen so many wrestlers go down, but I never had a true appreciation for, like, what the wrestlers do until we did that class.
Father's Day of 2015. I'll never forget it.
Now, I work out pretty much every day. My cardio is good around this time. Like, I'm good.
Matter of fact, you and I went to the gym that morning.
Yeah, we went to the gym that morning. Boy, beef steak. Man, I was there. We were just so pumped and so ready to do this. Bro, we ran the ropes. I'm like, man, these ropes look so bouncy on TV. These things aren't. And then we were doing like, hammer locks, doing stuff like that. And then we got to a point where Booker T was like, man, y'all want to get suplex? It was like, yeah, let's go.
Let's make this money.
Man, I took a suplex, took that bump. Oh my God. I was like,
that's what made you go no?
I was like, bah. I was like,
no, he missing one part.
Oh.
This one made me go, fuck this.
What's that?
So you know how the drills go. Hit the ropes, hit the mat. Boom, boom. Bah! You gotta like flat back it, right? I mean, my first experience, I went, hit the rope, boom! I know what type of day it's gonna be. That was just the very first bump. After that, I got used to it, but it still hurt.
Yeah.
It still hurt.
See, those first couple ones for me weren't bad. But we had done so much by the time we got to that suplex.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, it took that suplex. I feel like I was in the air for 500 years. It was a scoop slam, so we just...
Boom! He was nice about it too. I mean,
yeah. But it was just like, because then it's like, okay, I gotta hit the ground, hit the mat the right way.
Right.
Bruh, I was like, oh my god, this. Yeah, if anyone tells me wrestling is fake, I'm gonna
scoop slam.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop slam, stunner, everything to you.
I felt that for 3 days. So that was a Sunday. I ain't get better till Wednesday.
Oh yeah. And then, honestly, like your body grows a callus. Like even though like you still wake up like days later, like. I've been doing this for almost like a little bit over 16 years. Like I'm including like during time off from COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Like 16 years professionally, like in the indies. But sometimes like your body doesn't recover from stuff because it's just repetition. But like also too like repetition helps as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that like you will like be too cautious of when you first start, like it's just like a second nature kind of thing. Because like anytime you're taking slams or you're taking any type of bump, like gotta remember like position your feet, because if you have your feet positioned wrong, like you could burst your heels or something like that at the wrong time. And like breathing inwards when you're taking a bump, like you could lose your breath that way. I think too, like remembering your breathing and counting and stuff like that, and then like being mindful of like other people, like even like you may have been the first time you met somebody, like you gotta trust this person with your body, even though like this could be we had just met this person like 2 days ago or like 2 seconds ago, kind of thing. It's like, all right, I'm trusting this person to like drop me safely, kind of thing, and then I gotta trust myself to land safely, kind of thing, and like not trying to like burst my elbows or anything like that. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this now that I'm telling you guys this. Like, man.
Like, I'm gonna drop my boots in the ring when I get back. I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so crazy, like you said, it's second nature.
Yeah.
But that just sounds like a lot to remember. Like you're having to remember, you gotta land this way. You gotta account for a person, like you said, you could possibly have never met them before, but you have to trust them with your safety, your livelihood, and on top of all that, you gotta put on a great show.
Of course.
That's a lot.
Especially if somebody doesn't speak the language. Like if you guys like having like language barriers, like now you have to go off of body language. You have to go off of body language a whole lot to like feed off and then trust that we're gonna go off of body language and watch each other and trust that we're gonna do that. Because like that's a lot of times too, like how before you like if you don't know like another language, let's say you're working for somebody that's like down south of Mexico or something like that, and you don't know. Like they might work a little different style because the lucha libre style is a lot different than the American style. It's like they work a different side of the body than what they do in like America, like over in the States and Canada and stuff. So it's always good to have like work all different types of styles to get like a good like repertoire and all that stuff.
Yeah. Man, that's what's up. Cause man, I can tell you my dreams of being a wrestler is over. It was like 2 years ago, I want to say. Because I'm a truck driver, and people on this podcast know. And I got on this chassis, trying to put on a placard, like flammable or whatever, on this container. And it was wet. I slip and fall. Boom! Did a front flip off that mug onto concrete. My hard hat just flew off. I just boom hit the ground hard. So I'm probably like this high off the ground, like this is my feet. This is how my feet is. And I just boom hit the ground. And I just roll up. And I was like, hold up, I can get up. I was like, hold up. I ain't break my neck. I'm good. And two dudes ran to me like, yo, you okay? You okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm actually okay. Hey, don't worry about it. Say, man, you need help? You need help? No, I'm good. And I'm like, oh, let me just get up. I'm like, all right. And next morning, though,
It's like the son from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. I didn't even go work the next day. So I'm like, wrestlers do this shit so regularly. It could be 3 to 4 times, if not more, a week.
And like honestly,
honestly,
like think about it too. Like when they go like 3 or 4 times a week, and like you may not even know the injuries that they had, and like you're just looking like, wow, they are really doing this type of stuff, like jumping off the top rope, doing these flips and stuff like that. And then once they get behind the scene, they're like,
like, hold me.
Right.
Man, I still cringe when I remember in AEW a couple of months ago when Sting jumped off that thing onto the table. I'm like, bro, you are 62, 63 years old. How? Like, how are you doing this? Like,
Darby Allin's a bad influence.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Oh, my God.
Darby Allin.
Man, I've never seen somebody with so much reckless abandon in their life just run and just... like,
if you think his reckless abandonment on television or something, you should see some of his stuff like you probably find it on YouTube or whatever. Like his like independent stuff. It was like reckless endangerment doesn't even describe words. Like, there's some stuff online where he's just like he's climbed up like this like it was like part of a building thing, and he's just like, I'm just gonna fall back.
Oh,
did he at least look back?
No.
What? Man, he don't look back in the AEW. He just
Then he's on. All right, got it. I can look. All right, that's how I need push.
No, he was like, man, that's my life. And then
yeah, I see.
Yeah. Oh, he don't even do that. He's just like, bye.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Dang, man, nah. I can't do that.
Yeah,
and that's a thing too. Like and I get it. Like I know he's young, and it's what I get a lot of people that like since like it's weird to think now like I'm like 37, but like tell you like the old like vet now kind of thing. But like I don't feel old, but I like it's like younger kids are like ask advice or like what's the best advice and like that you can give, and it's weird because I end up giving the same advice that like I give that I got that I didn't listen to. So, which is just like man, protect your body at all costs kind of thing. And I try to like give it to them now like a thing of like, oh, this is why you got to protect your body now, because it's like I'm not saying this because I don't want you to shine now. It's like the reason why I'm saying protect your body and like wait for those bigger moments for it to count is because I want to see you doing this like 15, 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's just like, just because you can do it all in one match doesn't mean you should do it all in one match. It's like save that for like a bigger thing, for it to mean more. And yeah, I want to see you like 15, 20 years down the line when I'm in a wheelchair and I didn't listen to my own advice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah, it's just like I want to see you shine. I want to see you get your moment and stuff. Like nowadays, it's what gets things is clicks and views on like TikTok and stuff. It's like, all right, I'm gonna create. I want to get like this moment kind of thing, rather than like let me get something that like a moment that's just gonna be talked about like maybe some weeks and some months, rather than just like I'm gonna get this moment that's gonna be talked about for years down the line, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, your wrestling name, Quiz.
Yes.
Mr. HBQ.
Yes.
I mean, I think I know where you got the name from. I think I may know your inspiration for it just a little bit. But you tell us where'd that come from?
Okay. Well, the funny thing is the name Quiz is actually not even a wrestling name. It's a name I got in college. Back when I was living a little while in college.
Yeah.
A little while in college.
Living La Vida Loca, huh?
I was wearing my F Fear drink beer.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
All right,
Yes, sir.
And so we would make like nicknames for each other, like core friends, and like, nothing was sticking with me. And one of my friends, he was a little inebriated, and he tried to say Chris, and it just came out Quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, that's a funny story.
And I'm like, there is no way that this is gonna stick whatsoever. And I came over to his house, and he was like, "What's up, Quiz?" And I was like, "Hey, what's up, Quiz?" And I was like, so I became Quiz from there on out.
Wow.
Now, how that transferred over into wrestling was it goes out to my first day of training, because there was like 4 or 5 other Chris's in the training school. So, and I just looked at him and was like, "You can just call me Quiz." And then Colonel's like, "All right, yeah, we'll call you Quiz." And Buddy thought I said Quincy, and he kept calling me Quincy for 2 months. Quincy. He's like, "Yeah, yo, Quincy. It was like occasionally, every once in a while, like Colonel will go, "God damn it, Tubby! I told you his name is Quiz."
That's funny.
Oh, wow, that is hilarious.
Quincy.
But the HBQ thing, yes, of course, it's a riff off of Shawn Michaels. But how I got that, which was just because I was just trying to entertain like the boys and girls in the back, because it was just like one show. It was like, I'm gonna do Shawn Michaels' comeback spot.
Oh.
Like during the match.
Oh.
But no, I'm just gonna do it. So like I was like wrestling somebody. It was like HBK comeback spot. So boom, I got shot off, flying forearm, kip up, versatomic, body slam, went up for the elbow, boom, and I started tuning up the band. I get to the back. This was like, to give you that, he's living in Montana now. Chris Pugsley. He comes over and was like, "Look, he's like, there goes my homeboy Quiz, HBQ." And all of a sudden, it's just like, homeboy Quiz, HBQ. Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, taking that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You don't know what you just did, homeboy.
So he gets all the credit for that, but he's not getting trademark rights on it. Sorry.
Oh man, that's funny. HBQ.
Yeah.
So, give us your worst match and your best match.
Okay, you know what? I can give you my worst match right off the bat.
Oh.
And it's like I got a lot of. If anybody says they don't have a bad match, they're lying to you. But I can remember this like it was yesterday, and it was a triple threat match.
Okay.
All right, and it was this, at the time like we were. I think it may have been my like 4th or 5th match, and there was a guy there. He went by Mike Santiago. Hi, Mike, if you're ever watching this. But it was like his first match in Portland, because he was like originally from Tacoma, Seattle area, and so he like drove down for it. And he'd only been in the business like maybe about like the same amount of time I had, and we were in with this guy. His name was like, he went by the Governor Wilson Kane, because he looked a lot like Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But without the body.
Oh.
but like face wise, he looked just like him.
Damn.
And so he went by the Governor, because Jesse the Body was
The governor
of Minnesota at the time. And so we had the triple threat match, and it was just horrible. And like generally enough, like veterans and this, like they're usually the ones who like take charge in the ring kind of thing. And I'll never forget it. Like I got to the back, and then Santiago got to the back, And he's looking at me, he's going, and we both went at the same time, man, I am so sorry, that was so horrible.
Wow.
I know. Then Gov comes back, and he goes, oh man, that was great, brothers. Thank you, that was awesome, that was amazing. And we're just like,
Okay.
thank you, sir, thank you, sir. And we're just looking at each other like, did you watch this? This is the Drizzling Doo-Doos. This is the shit. That's the shit. That's what that was.
Oh, man. So what about your best match?
Best match, I have too many to name. It's funny because
This
like,
guy.
no, too many.
Yeah, I like that though.
Like, and these are just like personal ones because like one, it's like you can say like years down the line later, it's like we had been in the biz like maybe 10, 11 years or something like that. Like it was either myself and Mike Santiago and we were in an Iron Man match, title for title kind of thing. Other one was like was a Chris Daniels match that I had.
Chris Daniels, as in Christopher Daniels?
Yes.
Curry Man, Christopher Daniels?
Yes. I remember.
Yes.
I remember that.
Another one, Last Man Standing match with a guy who actually, do the Grindhouse graphics with Derek Drexel. That was a really good one. Another one was, I'm spacing on what. See, this is what happens when you get dropped on your head.
Yeah.
Also, Jason Sullivan, he actually co-runs a promotion down here in Houston called Law Wrestling. Worked like many matches with him.
I've seen some advertisements from them guys.
Yeah, we did a Buddy Rose Memorial Tournament that I worked with him. Like that was a really fun match. Another one. Really good friend of mine, which his sister lives down here, and I'm trying to like get him down here so you guys can meet him because y'all would love him.
Oh, nice.
My man, CJ Edwards.
Oh, okay.
He's around our same age, like great high flyer and stuff.
Oh, dope.
Man, him and I had some crazy matches. So like y'all two look like y'all beating the crap out of each other. That's because we are. Another guy that you guys came to Dallas.
Yeah.
Nate Andrews. He was. Him and I, like, he was one of the first guys I met in training too. Yeah. And and people just like, man, you guys look like you beating the crap out of each other too. Just like, it's because we are beating the crap out of each other. I think, but it's like I have too many to like just think about just to name them to like which one's my best one. But for the moment,
that's good.
I'm just happy to be able to like live to tell about them and stuff. So,
yeah. Right.
So because there's like a lot of times when like things have gone wrong, like those like I worked with a TLC match where. CJ was in it and he ended up getting a concussion. It was a horrible thing. It was a 4-way TLC match, and what happened is so you had a ladder set up, and there was another one like propped right in between the ropes and the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He was running up, and then he was going to jump off onto a guy who was propped up on this part and give him a hurricanrana off. It was gonna look spectacular, but what happened is the guy Ethan, his foot slipped, and he ended up crotching himself, and CJ ended up just like almost taking a header. But if Ethan didn't like tilt him,
right,
he would have went straight down onto his head.
Oh,
God! So he was like, bam! He hit. And you hear everybody go, due to Ethan's weight. The ladder and stuff ended up tilting over and clocking CJ right in the back of the head.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. And it was like, bam, and it was like, and it was like, oh God, he's dead. Like, he's like, God, he's dead. Like, and it was, and one of the other guys was like, he's hit, and it's like, yo, you okay? He's like, stay down. And all of a sudden, it's afterwards, he's like, he's going up, he's doing a monkey flip power bomb.
What?
Off the ladder.
This guy's crazy.
Bam. And then it was even because like we were going out for like the ending sequence kind of thing. Because what's supposed to happen is bam, I climb up, the guy hits me with a chair. Bam, starts hitting me with the chair. Boom. And then while he's climbing up, I end up getting the chair and just start breaking the ladder with the chair.
Oh, dang!
Until he tips over.
You were improvising like a son of a gun. What it sound like?
Well, but I was climbing up. CJ grabs my foot. And pulls me down.
Ow,
man!
And
I should have been more cognizant. Just like, okay, something's not right because I didn't see the ladder fall on his head previously.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just like, boom, and he like pulled me down, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, oh, let's just stop him. I'm like, well, you're about to take this super kick. I pushed him off and kicked him in the face. And you gotta realize too, like him taking that and like boom, making contact, and then all the jarring motion of him bumping down too.
Yeah.
Like realize he was concussed, and was like, what? Just throw him out the ring kind of deal.
Yeah.
Boom, but yeah, like we got to it, but yeah, it was just the whole thing. And afterwards, he like his son. It's funny because his son is about 3 to 4 weeks younger than my daughter.
Oh, okay.
And so his son was with us, and we went out to dinner, and he kept forgetting stuff, and he was like, and it was like real quick forgetting stuff, like maybe like every like 30 seconds or something like that.
Oh.
And I was just like, dude, we need to go to the hospital. So he was like, oh no, we're fine. And then like people were like, hey man, it was a great match. He was like, thanks. He's like, you were in the match? I was like, oh no, there.
We gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go now.
Yeah, so I took his keys. So I had his keys, so he wouldn't drive. And so we were out to dinner, and bam, he's like, what did I tell you about taking stuff off of people's stuff? Just like, you ordered that drink for him. It was like, yeah. And so myself, the guy I told you about, Nate Andrews, and his son, we're like, yo, no, we're taking you to the hospital. We're taking you to the hospital. So we like took him out, and he's like, no, I'm fine. Then he tried to use his son as like a scapegoat. He was like, no, my dad said he's fine. I'm like, shut up, boy. and so he like I go in and I like talk to somebody at the front desk like, look, my friend, he's had a head thing, and I know something's wrong with him. Like he's not, or like can you guys come out and talk to him to get him in there? It was like he has to come in on his own volition and stuff. So I was like legit mad at the point where I was like looking at something like he's like one of my best friends. But it was like I was like looking for a brick. I'm like, I'm gonna smack him in the head.
You're getting in here one way or another, buddy.
Yeah.
Be crying and screaming, but you getting it, yeah, goddamn.
Yeah. So it was like, all right, you know, we're just gonna call it good. Yeah. We'll call it good. Like you'll go in. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll do stuff. And so I'm like, cool. We like drop him off and stuff. I still have his keys, and I like text him. It's like, yo man, remember I got your keys. It's in the text message. I finally get home, and I'm like, I'm about to get in the shower, and I get a text message from him. He's like, yo man, you know where my keys are? I'm like, yeah man, I got your keys. And this kept happening for like 10 minutes straight.
Oh, wow.
And text messages and calls, and I'm in the shower, like literally with my hand out the shower. It's like, you know where my keys are? You know where my keys are? You got my keys? Like, we got my keys. You know my keys? I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I got them, dude. I got them. So, so no, your car is at the building. Like, we'll take the bus and we'll go get your stuff and whatever. Find out later. This is extra what happened. Like, yes, he had a mild concussion.
Yeah.
But the reason why he kept calling me is because this girl he was seeing wanted him to come over.
Oh, he was
trying to get some Mr. Nasty time.
You trying to wrestle with trying to put her in a figure four.
And he's like, where my keys? Where my keys? Like, I'm like, yeah.
That's funny. What a concussion. Where the keys?
The basic instinct what men do. But he get the damn keys.
Hey, priorities, bro. You gotta prioritize. Priorities.
I'll give you another one. We did a thing, it was called a Wrestling for Hunger.
Okay.
I think it was like 2009, 2010. We were actually working with the Oregon Food Drive kind of thing, and so we were gonna do 72-hour show. It's like 3 days. So no matter when you came in, within those 3 days, there was gonna be some type of wrestling going on.
Okay.
And so we worked in shifts kind of thing. And I was dating a girl at this time, and it's funny enough because CJ was actually dating her friend, and they both worked at a club. We won't say which one, but she worked at a club. They worked at a club at the time. God rest her soul, but my ex, she passed away. But yeah, they worked. One was a bartender, the other one she was a dancer. But yeah, we worked those 72 hours kind of thing, and it was like before Thanksgiving, so we raised like almost $8,000 to $10,000, and we had I think it was like maybe close to 400 pounds of food or something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Because like you can donate via money orders and stuff like that, and also you could do donate food. Like when you come in, cans of food and stuff. And this was right around before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Stuff
kind of thing. And I remember once it was done, and then the whole thing we were gonna work 75 hours too, because we were gonna do the whole thing and get into the Guinness Book of World. Try to do the Guinness Book of World Records, but according to Guinness Book of World Records, in order to get qualified for that, they want you to pay a whole bunch of money. And we were like,
Really?
yeah.
Huh? But you already doing charity and stuff. What the hell?
And I was upset too once I found that out because I did like 75 matches in 75 hours.
Oh, dang!
Yeah, my body was messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
So and what made it even worse too, because like I told my housemates, they're like, "Yo, no, I'm gonna cook Thanksgiving, and I'm totally cooking the turkey."
Oh, that's a job.
Yeah.
All right, that's not something to do. That's a job.
All right, so yeah, we had that day. So once we got done with those 3 days, we had like a regular day, and then we had Thanksgiving. And so once I got home, finally I'm like, oh, I finally get a competent shower. Oh, this is great. And then a girl comes over, and she's like, oh yeah, and it was like, ow, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
And then like it was funny, like she says night, and then she gets up and says, oh, I'm gonna make breakfast as I'm like popping like Advil and then crawling to go to the bathroom. And then like I make breakfast, and then she's just looking like just mad. I'm just like, so why? She's like you kept flinching the entire night.
Oh, you was in pain.
She was like every time I like put my arm around you, it never fails. Like every 2.5 seconds, you just kept flinching and turning over.
Oh.
And I didn't realize that.
Your
was
instincts, man.
And my instincts was, I'm just like, well, how was I doing it? She's like, yeah, I put my arm on you. Like, actually, like, woke up, I'm like, watching. I put my arm on you. And it was just like, she's like, kind of like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. and I'm like,
kicking out of love. I thought you meant like
out of love.
that's funny.
yeah.
I thought you was in pain. No, you talking about two.
Yeah, I was in pain too, but yeah, I was kicking out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get down,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Dang. That man got PTSD in wrestling. I ain't never heard no shit like that.
Oh man. Oh. Ooh. No. Yeah. No. I can tell you some PTSD stories.
Ooh.
Let's
A guy that I like love to death. Like, you know what? Honestly, this actually might be like my #1 favorite match.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been elevated to where I got to be, as well as like that was like a testing ground because like he tested me. Like he was the reason why I went toe to toe with Christopher Daniels the next show.
Wow.
Like the next show or show and a half after that, I worked this cat out in Sacramento that goes by Big Ugly.
Okay.
He's an amazing fucking athlete. He's just amazing. He's a killer on the promo on the mic work too,
yeah.
and everything. And we ended up working a feud with each other because funny enough, I was in a group called the Illuminati with a group of cats, and then he was in a group called like the Orcal Connection kind of thing, and everybody was already like in their own kind of feud kind of thing, and then him and I weren't in a feud. And we were cutting promos, and I just decided to talk crap about Big Ugly.
Oh man.
Just randomly, because he was there, and he started talking crap about me. And then he's just like, oh man, it was great. And then we just started talking crap about each other back and forth, and we ended up working these series of matches. And our what's called like a blow-off match was like our last big match.
Yeah.
We did a first ever, like in that promotion, it was called a No Rope Lumberjack match.
No rope lumberjack.
Which is like you're inside the ring, but they take all the ropes down. And you got all these lumberjacks around, like all the wrestlers around the ring and stuff like that. What makes it even more special, which is getting into the PTSD thing. We used to do. There's a company called DOA Pro Wrestling. We used to do like anniversary barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And so like the night before, it was always like we do like the barbecue, and then like the next day we go wrestle for like the anniversary show. So this was the anniversary show, and so we got really wasted and stuff and hungover and stuff. And Ugly is just like, when I say he's a great promo at any time when you talk to him, like in the ring, out of the ring. And he was cutting some hilarious promos at the barbecue. And to the point that it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh dang.
So like the promoters might be just like, hey, come on, Ugly, you gotta go to bed. And so like he goes to the bed, and he goes in like one of the kids' room to go to bed. And like early in the morning, we're like, I wake up and say, hey, Ugly, how you feeling? He's like, oh man, I was sleeping great until I like woke up and I saw this big banister of John Cena all over the place, and I freaked out. Well, like the joke the entire time was like toast.
Toast?
Was toast because like something happened in the jacuzzi. where this girl got really drunk and she's just like, I just need some toast. Somebody go make it for me. And I was just like, no, you ain't making, like, go make your own toast out in front of the like, dude, you hanging out with the family, like, you just yes, what's wrong with you?
That's a random thing to tell someone.
Toast.
I demand toast. Like,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And so,
Chop.
and so that was a running gag throughout the entire barbecue.
Oh,
so
wow.
so we get into that, and so yeah, that was the PTSD thing with him waking up with John Cena.
That's what she was afraid of John Cena. His name is John Cena. No! Take this, John Cena!
And so we're doing this match, bam, bam, bam. He grabs me, and he looks like he's about to back suplex me onto the lumberjacks. So bam, he has me. He's about to back suplex me. I flip out.
Oh, okay.
I'm behind him now, and then I back suplex him.
Nice.
And then we all go into the lumberjacks.
I'll see how you doing. Okay.
Bam,
Yeah, okay.
and then we're down, and it's funny because like one of the wrestlers, she went by MJ. She's like, Ugly, are you okay? And he goes, because it looked like he hit his head real hard, and it was just like, are you okay? He's just like, all I need is some toast with some butter.
That's funny.
That is awesome.
Oh my god, that is great.
I got a question. Yeah. Oh shit! Hold on.
God damn.
That's good.
So, all these, you said 16 years, right? You've been wrestling 16 years? So out of 16 years, I know you obviously have been injured. What was the worst injury you received in wrestling?
The worst one was I actually had to get a spinal fusion in 2010.
God damn. Well, how did that happen?
All right.
If you don't mind telling that story.
Yes,
Who again?
his name is Cameron Starr. He lives out in Vegas now. But yeah, he's in one of like the Buddy Rose, Colonel DeBeer's students, like that I met along the way.
Okay.
What had happened was, it's like, so I get thrown over the ring, right?
Right.
All right, I get thrown over the ring, and so when I get thrown over, I'm like, all right, I'm an overseller. I like make things like extra crazy, so I flip over.
Got to show them
Channel that HBK, huh?
Yeah.
What happened is like I hit my back on the edge of the ring, and so like the edge of the ring, so my back went bent.
Oh, wow.
Like this, because somehow like when I got flipped over, like I over rotated, and somehow my back ended, like my top half ended, still underneath the rope somehow, even though I got thrown over, and then my feet went down because usually I would like do this thing and plant my feet first before I fall. Yeah, no, it just all went awry, and my back hit, and then bam, and for a brief moment, I couldn't feel my legs.
Oh.
And we were working it was a false count anywhere match, I believe, and I went underneath the guardrail and I was crawling.
Oh, wow.
And he thought I was like, and I was a heel at the time, and he thought I was like messing with him.
Oh,
and he was like, because I was crawling, I'm just like, I can't feel my legs, and so he picks me up and body slams me on the ground.
Oh God, that's not funny, but it's funny.
I was like, you bastard. And so like I was just so happy that I like got through with that match. And I was like crawling, and I used to play pranks on people that like I used to be hurt, and I would pop up in the back.
Yeah.
And so everybody thought it was like the whole thing, Crime Wolf.
Yeah.
Like it was like everybody thought I was crying. And then so Nate Andrews, asshole, he was like, oh, I bet you're not hurt. And he squatted down and farted in my face. Well, I'm like, oh, dog, he's not hurt.
Move.
He's not hurt.
That's the thing that broke my back.
He's not hurt. He's not hurt. They're like, dude, you want to call the ambulance? He's like, you want to call the ambulance? I'm like, yes. And he's like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And then he's like, I started to believe it once you actually used your real name. Like, what's your name? Like, my name is Christopher Michael. Blah blah blah.
Are you did all five?
I pulled all the 5 names out. I pulled all the government names out. Dang. And so what made that even that was a scary thing. Again, it might be a little extra personal, but this was Araya was like maybe a little bit over a year old, and me and her mom had like it'd been like 2 months since we split up, and she had like came to the show and with Araya, and now I'm in the hospital strapped up to a gurney.
Oh.
And what I had asked was like I had like please ask like don't bring my daughter back there while I'm strapped up. And I had just started seeing somebody.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
And my daughter's mom comes in and it's like, oh, your wife is outside, and then my girlfriend at the time's looking at me like, well, no, not really. She's like, you're married? I'm like, no, I'm not married. And I'm like sitting there strapped up, and he's like, get everybody out. In which I still give I give her all the credit in the world, not the daughter's mom, but
the girl at the time.
yes, because she handled that like a pro and was just like trying to be
It's cordial
as possible, and which made it even worse too, because like I had some friends that were out there too, and they made it. I was wondering why the nurses were walking back and forth giving me mean looks.
Oh.
So my friends, so the nurses heard, and then my friends were going around telling, like oh yeah, that's his girlfriend, that's his wife, and then my friend at the time, his girlfriend was pregnant with their kid, and he's like, oh yeah, and this is his other girl that he got pregnant.
That's a terrible joke to play on anybody.
And so I'm sitting there strapped up in a gurney, just like this, and they had an on like, and then, this is like I was still rocking color contacts at the time too, and they're just like, oh, you got it from the eyes alone. I see, whatever.
Dang, you got the treatment.
Yeah.
Oh, that is great. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
So
Friends, huh?
yeah. So that happened like earlier that year, and they at the time they said it was a stinger, and so like I'm just like, all right, let me do things, let me keep working, and then I ended up working at Feud with Big Ugly and stuff, and like I had back problems, but I just still kept working through it, and I worked the Christopher Daniels match, which I ended up popping my ankle. I popped my ankles like 3 minutes into that match, and if you can find the match online, you can actually see the exact spot where I popped it. Where I popped it, and I just kept going, and this was 3 minutes into the match. And so I kept going through it, and then I ended up working like December this four-way match for like the heavyweight title, and this was the first time that I had won a heavyweight title.
Oh, cool.
Nice. And I didn't know that I was winning it. Everybody else in the match knew that I was winning it, except for me.
What? Really?
Yes. So we were like working around. I'm thinking like, all right, boom, I'm gonna super kick because I never remember the spot because Jason Sullivan was the champion at the time, and it was like, oh, bam, boom, like Guy Bishop and Wade Hess, they're gonna be fighting, and then boom, you're gonna super kick them, they're gonna pull you out, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like boom, I go super kick Jason, bam. And he goes, do it again. And like, boom, and I'm setting it up big time. Boom. He lays out. And so I'm doing the slow crawl.
Yeah.
Thinking somebody's going to pull me out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then bam, he goes to pull. And then I go and I put my arm over him. Like thinking just like the slow crawl, one arm over. 1, 2. Then he grabs me and goes, Merry Christmas, brother. 3.
Oh, that is amazing.
And then it was actually a sweet moment too. Because like I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, I must have concussed him because I felt kicking him in the face hard. and I think it's online as well. Like you can see my legit reaction. Just like I'm getting fired for sure. When we get to the back, he's like, "Nah, I'm burying you January show." We get like you getting.
Oh, that's great.
Getting Knicks, go. Get out of here.
And once that happened, I ended up winning another title. I worked for WCWC. I won like the Lightning Division, which was like their light heavyweight title, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then I went and got my physical, and they're like, "Yeah, you have slipped this to the point where like you need to get infusion."
Oh, wow.
And so like that July is when I had the July of 2011 is when I had the surgery. And we actually worked into like a whole angle where it was like we had this almost like a cell cage match type thing where I ended up winning 2 titles, and then me and the dude like Ethan HD were fighting to the point where we're like, all right, we're gonna do a lumberjack loser leaves town match. And my buddy Derek Drexel that I told you that he went down to Florida. He came back up to do the show and stuff, and so him and I were tag partners and stuff, and so it was like, all stuff was going down with the lumberjack stuff. And I was getting screwed over left and right, and everybody thought he was coming in to save me. He turns around and starts beating me with the kendo stick.
Oh,
what a story.
Beat me with the kendo stick. Bam, 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 bam. And everyone's like, whoa, what the hell? Boom, boom, boom. Because it was like that weekend was like a family reunion. Everyone's like, yeah, the family's back together. And all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam. Boom. Then they knock me out the title. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Lose both of the titles. Now loser leaves town.
Oh, so you out the door.
Yeah. I was out the door, and I was out until from July of that year up until March, April of 2012.
Oh, wow.
So like a lot of that, I did a lot of time like doing yoga. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
That helped a lot.
Yeah.
Helped a lot, and also like just a little bit of training, not being stupid and trying to get back in too early.
Yeah.
Which is even weirder too, because I was like, and nobody knew it except funny enough, I had a fiance at the time. I was like, I'm done.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
I don't want to wrestle anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm good. Which actually, and I'm like, I don't want to look at wrestling. I'm like, I'm gonna move down to California. It's just gonna be me and her. We're gonna get the kids. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be some great stuff. And then the whole CM Punk thing happened.
Oh.
And that's what made me start watching wrestling again.
Yeah.
It was like the whole CM Punk, like, and this was like when Cena won the title from Mysterio, and then the Cold's personality is, and I'm just like,
Classics, man.
yeah. And so like I just started slowly like working my way back, and honestly, like that time I got like in the best shape of my life. Like I actually had like a 6-pack.
Oh,
like,
dang.
when I came back. I was like looking swole. I was like, yeah.
Sitting in the mirror, who's that? That's me.
I was looking like a Vegeta in DBZ, like in the after credit scene, just like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn strip down naked, I'm gonna turn Super Saiyan, I'm gonna
That's funny. It's funny you mentioned that about CM Punk, how he was kind of like your catalyst for kind of getting back into wrestling. I was gonna ask, so in the current product that's going on now, are there any wrestlers, like you have a particular favorite wrestler now, or someone that you kind of, I know you probably don't get too much inspiration from because you are your own individual wrestler, but like, is there someone that you kind of, look for that?
Like honestly, like you get inspiration from, like I would say, anything and everything that you go for, because in wrestling you never stop learning. Like as soon as you think you learn everything, you need to get the hell out the business.
Wow.
Like it's like, oh, you think you learned everything? Like then, no, yeah, you can always learn something different from like new people and different things like that. Like one of the guys, like I love this cat out in Oregon, Dr. Cleaver. Like I love his style. He's 6'5". He's like this big dude. He works a technical like growling style. Like I like watching his matches. I love like watching like some of these kids on the indies. There's one cat, Jaden. He's like a superhero kind of gimmick. Like, and just like seeing like different type of characters and stuff works like that. Like this cat, Julian White, and CJ Edwards. They're funny. They're tag partners. Then they go by the Konami code. I love watching them.
Nice.
And like how just all these different personalities, but if like we're going like bigger stage kind of thing, I've always been a fan of Asuka. I've always been a fan of Asuka. Like even when she was Kana, I remember the first time I saw her, it was a triple threat. No, sorry, not a triple threat, but it was a 6-person barbed wire match. Barbed wire match. And the thing was like you got to throw your opponent into the barbed wire. And it was her, Tajiri, and Mikey Whipwreck against 3 other individuals. Okay. And I was just enthralled, and then I started looking more into her, and then I like saw like the little feud she had like with Tajiri, and I was just amazed at that.
She feuded with Tajiri?
Yes.
It's funny 'cause both of them were still wrestling. I mean, we know Oscar's in WWE, but he and Tajiri's like in MLW.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And it was amazing. It was like great. They like even did like the double miss kind of thing at each other.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like they beat the crap out of each other. But I was just enthralled by like her toughness, her character, and just the way she moved and stuff like that. And it was like I was noticing at the time too. Like she had like this little emblem like on the back of her outfit, and I'm like that was like the Xbox logo. I found out she used to work for Xbox.
What?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
She used to work for Xbox. I think she also used to work for Nintendo as well over in Japan.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Wow. And so I'm just like, and it was like, yo, she's a nerd.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh yeah. She's
man. Her Twitter's the best.
Oh yeah,
it's the best.
Her Twitter and her YouTube, and I just started following her YouTube channel.
She been on it for a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of it, but she got a thing. She be like showing like Japanese products and all kinds of stuff. It's just she's a nerd.
I still remember one of my favorite Twitter pictures of her is when she's like me and Gohan.
Oh,
and I was like, yes, give Gohan what he deserves.
Oh wow! You think you're better than me? Wrong answer. Nobody's
Oh man, that's funny. That is great.
Yeah, like I love watching her. There's something like someone wants to like sit back. And I feel like a kid again. Like I love watching Bianca Belair's work.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love watching her stuff. I had when they were doing that whole early Bloodline story, like I went back and like watched those when it was like the whole thing of, like Roman going, "Nah, y'all need to follow in line."
Yeah.
Yeah, you follow in line because it's just which Uso brother are you?
Yeah.
And I think like I actually dug that whole story.
Yeah.
This whole
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's really had me looking at Roman Reigns in a different light. Because, in the beginning, man, they tried to force him on us. And to me, he's one of the most improved wrestlers. Because in the beginning, like, he always had something, but it just wasn't there in the beginning. But just over time, to me, you just consistently saw him get better and better and better. And now, since he's been in the Bloodline, man, he
honed it in.
Man, he's just acknowledge me.
But the thing is, we wanted this. We wanted heel Roman.
Yeah.
Remember, like babyface. Here.
Like, no, I don't want it.
Take him. I was like, I don't want this guy. He's white baby meat. Baby for me. What's that? White face baby meat.
Yeah, white meat baby.
There you go. White meat baby face. Thank you, Chris. And it's like, I don't want another John Cena.
Yeah, no. John Cena's the only John Cena. Like, we
Yeah,
don't need
dude.
another. Dear God, no.
Goodness
We don't need
gracious,
another
no.
one.
And I think the thing is like with that whole thing about them forcing, like quote unquote forcing Roman down your throats kind of thing is it's like maybe at the time too, like behind the thing, like he had the personality and charisma. Like we can see this.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
he put on fantastic matches.
Yeah.
But maybe the thing is at the time it's like it's not fully developed. Like he had to go through like certain kind of things here and there. Like we saw like a little glimpse, a very brief glimpse of what we know now of his character. It was like after that match with Taker, when he was like, "This is my yard now," and just walks off.
Yeah.
Like we saw that little glimpse, but it was like maybe it takes a little bit of time to bake. It takes a little time to cook. You got to put it in the oven, and then like maybe it's like, "Yo, man, maybe we need to go a different direction," kind of thing. Because especially too, like a lot of times, like if people don't realize, like yes, fan, like you go and you make the fans, the fan, like you want to entertain the fans, you entertain the fans, but also too like. Sometimes the fans don't know what they want to be entertained by until you put it in front of them.
This is true.
So naturally, like, all right, so Roman's coming off the whole leukemia thing.
Yeah.
And then, and like, everybody is going to be like, we're not going to boo that guy. We just cancer. Like, we're not going to boo that guy.
Yeah.
We're not going to boo.
Like you can't boo that guy. You know that, right?
We're not going to boo that guy. And then they go, nah, we're going to get you the bull.
Yeah.
We're going to get you the bull.
That's ironic because that's 100% right. Like he came back, ripped up in great shape, and it's like, and now everybody wanted him to be the babyface at this time when he came back, and he was a babyface for about I say a month or two. Then he was like, acknowledge me, and like, no, y'all had y'all chance to cheer me. It's too late now.
If you and F you.
Yeah, he was like when he came out with that shirt, was it Braun Strowman and the Fiend that said "wreck everything and leave."
Yeah.
And he showed up 5 minutes before that match was over.
Yep. Yeah, that was great. Hey man, I love that match. A lot of people didn't like it, but I really dug that match.
I saw some thirsty women's tweets.
I
I saw some thirsty women's tweets and some mock-up shirts that said "wreck this" and
that's great.
That's gold, man. Dang.
Maybe in the PG-14 there. Maybe they can get that one off. I don't know.
Buy that shirt and get the rights to that shirt.
Yeah, it's like women like hashtag like Roman Reigns, yes, daddy. It was like wreck this
like, bib and leave.
And it was funny, like he come back with a beard, like daddy, wreck this.
Yes, daddy.
Yes, daddy.
There you go. Wreck this, have a picture of a cat and leave. Perfect.
Yeah.
Someone have a PG, but someone have a
Hey man, if the Miz can have a "My Balls Are Massive" shirt,
there you go.
Get that.
Put a little kitty cat on the shirt, you know.
All right. There was a hilarious one. I followed this thing on Reddit called White Knighting, and it's generally enough. It's like you see like those cats online that are like overly trying. Like let's say like you get a strong independent woman that knows how to do her thing and she knows how to clap back at people. Yeah. And you just got that person down at the bottom like going and then like just going way too far. Just like it's like she ain't gonna give you nothing. Just like you did that. Like she stood up for herself, and like you can support that, We're like, you were not getting anything out of this. Like, just be happy you're able to support somebody.
Yeah.
And so the Miz actually had like it was like this photography thing, but he had like his wife sitting on his lap kind of thing. And then somebody just went on and just started going like, blah blah blah, this is disrespectful. You are a mother and blah blah. And I saw that on the White Knight thing, and I just started laughing. Oh. And the Miz's caption was just like, Fridays, am I right? Yeah.
Oh man. Gotta love the Miz, man. The Miz doing some great work right now too, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Oh man. Him and Tommaso Ciampa, man. We already know how it's gonna go, but I want to see the ride of it getting there, man.
Yeah. You know, when I met you, man, you was an artist. Still is an artist. You were doing the art thing. I think you gave me a picture one time. Forgive me, I forgot where it's at. Hey, life happens.
Don't even worry.
But what had you started, drawing and whatnot, man?
Being an only child.
Really?
Being an only child and just drawing on everything, like. And it's funny because my mom, I love to death like nobody's business, and she's the one who gave me my first sketchbook because she was tired of me drawing on everything. And so, like, it started off just like anything else, stick figures, like brick cars, bricks, this little stuff. But when I started taking it a little bit serious was like 6th grade.
6th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was like this Easter competition. So we're like supposed to draw stuff like Easter inspired, and so I drew a picture of Bugs Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of like broken eggs and stuff down on it, and it got that entered into the competition, and everyone's like, yo, this is really good, and then we had an open house for everybody to get it, and for some reason I didn't win. I was like mad. I was like, why didn't I win? And like you saw the parents go around, they're like, yo, who did this? Like, who did this? Like, what's that? They're like, why he didn't win? And then my teacher was like, oh, stuff was really good. It's like, well, the kid. This is what the first time I started learning about artistic expression versus corporate interest. I found that out at an early age. It's like you may have been the best out of all of them, but we got to be fair to all the other kids. Man, that was early days, like before the F them kids. I was like, man, F them kids. I'm in 6th grade saying F them kids. I'm like, come on now.
Come on. Man.
That's funny.
But between that and then I just like tried to love like comic books, and like I love drawing like the covers of comic books, like the Spawn comic books I drew all the time, like for the covers. Also too, when I was like a freshman in high school is when I started drawing people, and I started drawing like the wrestling magazine covers and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And then also like anime. Like I got in trouble all the time in high school for drawing DBZ characters and Tenchi Muyo and all these other characters. And it got to the point I'll never forget. Miss Green was my English teacher. It used to get to the point where like I used to have my drawings and I had them like in this binder with like the little like the clear folder stuff. And she was like, "All right, I'm tired of you drawing." So each time she would take them, and there was like a new one that's like up on the wall outside of her room. Each and every time, and they're like, you knew whose class I was in, and you're like, you can't get those back to your mom. Cup.
That's funny.
I'm like, man,
dang. I want my pictures.
Yeah.
Big meanie. Yeah, man. Yeah, you've been a talented artist for as long as I can remember, man. I still have those pictures you drew me of SpongeBob and Tenchi.
Oh, dude, he hung him in his room.
Yeah,
I remember when I first went to Chan's room, and he Chris drew that. I go, good God, look at that.
Man, that's still crazy, man. That's still one of my. It's here. It's here somewhere in this house in a safe spot. I'm gonna have to get that frame and put up. Man.
You sent me a text. Like a while back of it. I'm just like, I can't believe we still have this.
Yep. Oh yeah, man, for sure, man.
Because your kid actually did her own version of it. I'm like,
yeah, I know, man. Everybody, it's so unfair, man. I wish I could draw. Yeah, I've been trying to draw.
Hey, man, you on the same boat?
Yeah, I know, man. My stick. So, all 3 of them can draw.
Yeah.
Like, all 3 of them. And so we were sitting there, they were drawing. I'm like, man, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna draw y'all something. So I'm sitting there, and that's on my phone. So I got my stylus out and I'm drawing. And I was trying to draw Sasha from Attack on Titan. Mm-hmm. But like I was drawing it to where it was like show like my process of drawing it. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to all of them. Bro, they laughed at me. They laughed me at this house. And then like they were laughing at me. They're like, man, what is this? I'm like, hey man, I put my heart and soul into that.
He said they look like M'Baku going, we will not have it.
Like T'Challa, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
You take that to the astral plane. You'll never be seen again.
Oh,
You're disgracing your ancestors.
that's all I don't even try. Nope.
Yeah, man. Oh,
Cause yeah, my youngest two can draw, especially my oldest daughter. Man, she can draw her butt off. Man, and she's freaking good. And meanwhile, like I'm like, I'm just trying to make some music from time to time.
Yeah.
Like a podcast.
I
I can talk like a motherfucker. you know?
Yeah. I can do that. I can do that. I can edit. I can do stuff. I can come up with ideas.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
cannot
like
draw.
put that idea on a piece of paper.
I'll write it down.
It's gonna look like Doodle Bob by the time.
And see, that's the thing. It's like, especially like you see a lot of like the new generation and stuff. Like when it's all like our kids and stuff. Like my daughter, she's really getting into art.
Really?
Really good into art and stuff. And I bought her like a brand new tablet and a stylus and all that. And she's like really getting good into like doing like the digital artwork and stuff, to the point of she actually entered in her artwork into her first ever art competition earlier this year. And I'm sitting there going, I'm so proud. And then at the same time too, I'm getting ready to go artistic expression versus corporate interest. I'm getting ready for that. And then her school, they had like this, it was like a online award ceremony kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she won.
Oh,
And
nice.
she won. And I was like, yo, like this is dope. You're so like your first art competition, like you won. I'm like, and
Yeah,
like,
that's
like
talent.
this is dope and stuff. And I love like just seeing all the creative stuff she can come up with. In the beginning of like when the whole big shutdown. Oh no, it was like a year, like 2021, like when it was like we were still into the whole shutdown, but it started to lax up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like real bad. Like it was like the Omarion started to hit Houston, and also too that's around the time we had the big freeze.
Oh, that's in February last year.
Yeah,
February.
Yeah, when we had the big freeze, like Araya drew me this picture for Christmas, and I was just like sitting there looking at it, I'm like, yo, this is dope. And like I've seen like artists online of like them doing their own version of a picture that their kid drew them, and so I drew one for her, like in her style, but like the way she did it and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like she gave me that, and I'm gonna give her this, and she took that as an insult.
What? Oh, really?
And she like took it as an insult, almost to like, you trying to punk me?
Bumping my shit, Dad.
You trying to punk me? Like she gave me the 6 o'clock look. She like,
Dang.
You
She's
bopping
like,
my
be your
stuff,
old
Dad.
man, Dad. Draw your own pictures, Dad.
Man, you bopping, bro?
no, and I'm just like, no,
Damn.
it's like no, it's like I'm doing like there's something I showed her. She's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm like, because at first I'm just like, you gonna have to start.
Like,
So she was like a 90s rapper, yo.
I don't advocate I don't advocate violence.
no, we don't beat them kids, but I mean,
We don't beat
Nah.
kids.
Yeah,
But,
but
I'm just saying.
That's your camera right there. You can tell your camera right there. That's your camera right there, bro.
I don't advocate, and you know, every once in a while you just like bust them out like.
So she was like a 90s rapper. You bumping my style, homie?
That's
what you doing?
funny.
Damn.
And it's because like that photo, like I still keep in like anytime I get a new sketchbook, I always put it in there as like a good luck charm kind of
That's sweet, man.
kind of thing.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. Man, this podcast has been fun, bro. We definitely got to do this again. We want to catch you before you leave.
You got to.
Cause I got a whole other idea for another podcast. While you're sitting here doing this for so yeah, we definitely got to do that before you go, man. Thank you for coming, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
It's like I'm hanging with the fam.
Yeah.
That's I mean, we can just do this all day.
Yeah, we could. We literally
could come earlier.
We've gone to like 3 batteries, so we're doing something all day. Yeah, man. Well, give them your socials, bro. Let them know where they can find you.
Yes, if you just want to hear me just talk reckless and wild, you can follow my Twitter account that goes DangHBQ. If you want to get a little bit of a softer side where you get to see like my artwork and pictures of me and my kid and maybe me traveling to a show here or there, you can follow my Instagram at DangHBQ. If you're like maybe want to be inspired and maybe want to do some artwork and get a quote on it kind of thing, you can take a look at that at grindhousegraphics.net. Also, too, if you have a Vero for whatever reason, Dang_HBQ, you can find that out as well. And if you're on Reddit, you just find somebody just talking reckless because I don't even have a
Well, yeah, man. Well, You can find us at Fusion High Podcast. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Fusion High Podcast. Check us out on there. We just dropped our newest podcast talking about, it's kind of showing our episode at Comic Palooza this year, which was really fun. You guys should check that out. And the episode before, we interviewed Josh Martin.
Yep.
It called Story Time with Majin Buu.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, man, that was a great episode. So check both of those out. Want to handle the audio, brother?
Oh yeah, man. Hey, catch us on iTunes, iHeart, Google Play, freaking Spotify, Stitcher, Bullhorn, wherever you can find podcasts. Hey, look for us. Fusion High.
Fusion High Podcast, man.
Straight
we
up.
are out here, man. We are out here. This guy's powering up.
My man already powering up.
Yeah. 3 years later.
That's so wild. Dragon Ball would take like an episode to power up.
Oh my god. I want to go off a flashback or just sitting there talking.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, yeah, man. Well, let's go ahead and end this thing. Chris, thanks for coming again.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Well, man. Well, I'm Chad.
You already know who I am. I'm Jeremy.
And it's Fusion High. We out this thing. High.
We're Fusion High, and we just want to say that we hoped you enjoyed our podcast today. Comment, like, and subscribe, and don't forget that you woke up with life, so go forth and seize your prize.